we approach COP30 in Brazil, we stand at a pivotal moment in climate history. This year's summit is not just another meeting. It marks a decade since the Paris Agreement, a global pact that committed nearly 200 nations to limit climate warming to 1.5 degrees. Yet, 10 years on, we are far off track. Emissions are rising, and the carbon budget of 1.5 degrees may be exhausted by the early 2030s. COP29 in Baku, dubbed the Finance COP, delivered a new climate finance goal. Developed nations pledge $300 billion annually by 2035, with a broader ambition to mobilize $1.3 trillion from public and private sources. It also finalized Article 6 of the Paris Agreement, enabling global carbon markets. But many felt the outcomes lacked ambition, especially on fossil fuel phase-out and the global stocktake. So what should we expect from COP30? Let me offer 3 key words to guide our expectations. Delivery. COP30 must be the summit of implementation. Countries are expected to submit updated national climate plans. These plans must reflect real ambition and not just vague promises. The world is watching to see if pledges finally translate into progress. And central to delivery is the energy transition. We must see scaled deployment of green hydrogen, energy storage, and grid modernization. Technologies like carbon capture and storage must move from pilot to mainstream. The transition must also be just, ensuring workers and communities dependent on fossil fuels are not left behind. Finance. The Baku to Belém roadmap will be front and center. Developing nations will demand clarity on how the 1.3 trillion goal will be met, through grants and not loans, and how funds will be made predictable and accessible for adaptation and loss and damage. Finance must also flow to green energy infrastructure, especially in the global south. This includes support for off-grid solar, clean cooking solutions, and climate-resilient power systems. Forest. Hosting COP30 in the Amazon is no accident. Brazil will launch the Tropical Forest Forever Fund, aiming to raise $125 billion to reward countries for keeping forests intact. Indigenous leadership and biodiversity will be elevated as central pillars of climate action. In summary, COP30 is not just a milestone, it's a mirror, a moment to reflect on what the last 10 years have delivered and what the next 10 must deliver. The promises of Paris were bold, but the delivery so far has been uneven. COP30 must be a reckoning, a test of whether the global community is truly ready to match the urgency with action and ambition with accountability. And at the heart of that test lies our ability to transition energy systems, mobilize finance, and protect nature together.